Hey, what's up, guys? This is Chris Scott of Got Consent. Of course, as you know, not every member of Got Consent agrees with one another dead on. Today I'm going to be talking about Mayor proposes strict gun ban. After gun ban defeat, Chicago mayor proposes strict gun rules. This is Chicago Mayor Richard Daley announces his plan for gun limits on Thursday, days after the Supreme Court ruled that Americans have a right to own a gun for self-defense anywhere they live. The next story I'm going to touch on here is British-American actor to replace Tobey Maguire in new Spider-Man film. So in other words, I guess we need a British actor to play Spider-Man. The guy looks nothing like Peter Parker either. He looks like a pretty boy, not a regular guy, in other words. Looks nothing like Peter Parker. So it's just ridiculous. The guy's name apparently is Andrew Garfield. Let's see. Blind drivers could soon hit the road. Interesting concept. Hey, if it could actually safely work, then more power to them. Judge lets Mexico have voice in court case against U.S. immigration law. Interesting. We'll definitely talk about that, of course. And on to this whole Russia spy situation. Everyone's heard about the spies who were arrested here in the United States. And Clinton and the Obama administration seem to be bending over backwards for them. At least that's my impression. They're not coming out criticizing Russia for what they're doing. In fact, Obama proceeded to work on stronger relations with them, not even coming out against it. Of course, Putin, the arrogant asshole, has come out and said that, oh my gosh, how dare you? We don't have spies in the United States. Yeah, Putin, sure. Sure you don't. And you're not a whack job either. I forgot. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, guys, we'll go ahead and start off with this first story here, because I kind of started onto it. Now, so as you know, the Russian spies were arrested. There's word everyone's talking about the poor children who are now going to be without their parents in the United States. They're in turmoil. Well, let's see this. Well, then, how about they should have thought about that before they became spies? They should have thought about their kids. Obviously, they did not give a shit about them. Okay? It's terrible, but people are going to be spies? I don't know how capable they can be of parents. Just a thought. Or do you think spies can be parents? I mean, real spies. Just let me know what your thoughts are on that. Alright, now the judge lets Mexico have voice in court case against U.S. immigration law. Mexico gets its say in one of the lawsuits challenging Arizona's immigration enforcement law. The whole concept that Mexico would get a voice in what is going on over here is absolutely asinine. Okay? There's no way we would get a say in what is going on in Mexico. We would never get a say in what is going on in France, Britain, or anywhere else. Okay? So for us to bend over backwards and give them a say in what's going on over here is just ridiculous. Mexico's president, of course, criticized the law, saying it's horrible, and the only reason he cares about it is because it stops the flow of money sent by the people from our country back to Mexico, which flows back into their economy. Only reason he cares about it. And he cited also the weapons, the assault weapons ban. That is a major player in things, which the whole concept of that is even more asinine. So that's my take on that situation. It's published July 1st, 2010. And now, blind drivers could soon hit the road. Hey, this could be pretty cool, actually. Washington. Could a blind person drive a car? researchers are trying to make that far-flung notion a reality. The National Federation of the Blind and Virginia Tech plan to demonstrate a prototype vehicle next year equipped with technology that helps a blind person drive a car independently. The technology, called non-visual interfaces, uses sensors to let a blind driver maneuver a car based on information transmitted to him about his surroundings, whether another car or object is nearby, in front of him, or in a neighboring lane. Let's see. At least it sounds interesting. I'll keep you guys in the loop. We'll see what happens. Dr. Dennis Hong, mechanical engineering professor at Virginia Tech, who leads the research, that the technology could someday help a blind driver operate a vehicle, but could also be used on conventional vehicles to make them safer or on other applications. So it's not quite, exactly there. And now for talking about the British actor to replace Tobey Maguire in the Spider-Man film, which I've never heard of him. Andrew Garfield, whose credits include last year's Heath Ledger film, The Imaginarium of Dr. Pengris, probably slaughtered it, has been cast as Peter Parker, the average youth who transforms into a superhero in the next Spider-Man film. Distributor Sony Pictures announced Thursday. The as-yet untitled Spider-Man film begins shooting in December and is due in theaters July 3rd, 2012. Mark Webb, who made the romance 500 Days of Summer, is directing. Garfield and Webb got the jobs after star Tobey Maguire and director Sam Raimi, who made 3 blockbuster Spider-Man films together, departed amid story and scheduling issues over a 4th movie. Sorry. I don't think you can just change up Peter Parker midway, nor directors midway. I thought the director did an excellent job with Spider-Man films. And Peter Parker, a la Tobey Maguire, made the perfect Spider-Man and the perfect Peter Parker. I don't think it's possible for Andrew Garfield to jump into a role as Peter Parker. That's just my take on things, of course. Maybe you disagree. I know many people who saw the last Spider-Man movie said it was ridiculous. I would beg to differ. I would say they did an excellent job portraying what the Venom suit does to the individual, changing them. Alright, the last story. The gun ban. With the city's gun ban certain to be overturned, Mayor Richard Daley on Thursday introduced what city officials say is the strictest handgun ordinance in the United States. This is updated 7/1/2010. This measure, which draws from ordinances around the country, would ban gun shops in Chicago and prohibit gun owners from stepping outside their homes, even onto their porches or garages, with a handgun. Daley announced his ordinance at a park on the city's south side 3 days after the U.S. Supreme Court ruled Americans have a right to own a gun for self-defense anywhere they live. The city council is expected to vote on it Friday. As long as I'm mayor, we'll never give up or give in to gun violence and continues to threaten every part of our nation, including Chicago, said Daley, who was flanked by activists, city officials, and the parents of a teenager whose son was shot and killed on a city bus while shielding a friend. I'm sorry, but more stricter gun laws are not going to stop gun violence. The whole concept that it will is just ridiculous. In fact, we can see many examples, like for instance in Florida, later in the 90s, someone will probably correct me exactly, but there was toys for guns. Okay? Everyone passed in their guns. Criminals had free reign, literally, and crime by criminals with guns went up. Because no criminal is going to hand in their gun. It doesn't stop criminals. It basically gives them free reign, because nobody has a weapon to defend themselves. So clearly Mayor Richard Daley is out of his tree. Alright guys, well that's my take on the issues today. Feel free to comment on them, of course. Video response. Check out our Facebook page. Got Consent. News. And of course, feel free to comment on our page here. Very soon we may be changing up things, new name and everything, but we'll discuss that when it comes, when it happens. Alright guys, well this has been Chris Scott with Got Consent. Catch you on the flip side.